I think what's changing is that organizations are evolving, so they're trying to kind of transcend where they maybe had all of their eggs in an inbound approach or a traditional demand gen approach. And so what I'm noticing most is that they are diversifying. They're starting to look at additional marketing strategies to support an organizational growth strategy. So whether that's adopting an account-based focus or having more of an outbound approach, just really marrying that with your traditional inbound demand gen model. Well, I think more and more research is being done on our buyers. I think that there's more kind of looking at the buyer's journey and sort of that customer experience and what does that look like, and gaining some insight to help us better meet the buyer where they are with the content that's going to help them in their life and in their job. I think the other piece is really working more closely with sales, really having that a better collaboration between those two teams, as opposed to marketing constantly feeding sales content. It's more of a let's work together to identify what our buyer really needs. And then the last thing I'll just say is around, especially in an account-based focus, is around messaging in general, really kind of going beyond, persona-based or industry-based content or segmentation methodologies, and really thinking about sort of politically or economically or technology, factors that are happening within a given group of accounts, and how do we sort of take those more psychographic profiles to really develop something that's going to be meaningful. So I think, I think there's two things. I think that there is the concept of what are we going to measure short term in an account-based setting versus what are we going to measure long term. We're going to have to come to an agreement of maybe not our favorite metrics, but some short-term metrics that are going to communicate that we're on the right path. Then I think from a long-term perspective, there's going to be a combination of qualitative and quantitative metrics, right? So it's not just about, the volume that's sitting within my pipeline or the revenue that's been generated, but it's also strength of relationship that we have with that particular account. Is the account referenceable? It's the mind share within the account, right? So I think those are things that need to be taken into consideration in an account-based strategy. The SDR they should be working from a playbook, right? So they've got their playbook that they've been executing to, but marketing's sort of been on the other side of the fence, just executing campaigns. And so when you actually have them operating within the same playbook, where we've got marketing motions and sales motions, and they're really intertwined, right? Cadence is intertwined and the messaging is really tightly harmonized, that's where we're seeing it become more effective. I am going to have a really great jointly defined target account list with my sales team. I am going to have some amazing, talented people in marketing, and so talent is going to be one of my top concerns. And I am going to make sure that I develop content with the voice of the customer in mind.